It amazes me how, like, secret service agents or people that work like in a whole criminal field can empathize with criminals and respect them or treat them with respect, for a greater purpose, for the purpose of minimizing crime, to get access to that one criminal that will open doors to other criminals, that will give them access to actually, handle things, um, open doors to crimes that exist that they wasn't aware of maybe, and then, stop them in a sense. That's how I see it. And I've watched the Diary of a CEO podcast the other day. If you don't know that podcast, I highly recommend the Diary of a CEO podcast. Really good podcast, top notch. And they had a guest the other day. And I hope I'll say her name right. It's Evai Pompuras. Not sure if she still is or was a former U.S. Secret Service agent, and she talked about her experience and how she was basically coming in, talking to the criminals, getting close to them, trying to gain their trust, and then just having that connection in order to gain more information. Because the more they trust you, the more you'll be able to gather information. So the more they trust you, the more you're going to be able to gather information that way. And I do watch Law and Order, though it's dramatized. It's a TV show, I know, but we also know that a lot of it is true in some sense. And that interview kind of, confirmed that in a sense. And it just really amazes me how there, and even like therapists and psychologists and stuff, are able to deal with people that have committed heinous crimes. It amazes me. It's not hard for me to treat everyone equally. For me personally, it's not hard to treat the cleaning lady and tell her good morning and greet her just like I greet everyone else in the office. It's not hard for me to treating people equally, right? But when it comes to when somebody has done something really, really crazy, let's just, for example, take pedophilia. Like, take somebody who has raped kids. Like, just speaking that out of my mouth is incredibly, I can't, my mind just, I can't comprehend. It's just so bad for me. It's a really, really horrible thing to do. And there are other horrible things that are done. And to be able to come into a room with people that committed those kind of crimes and be able to talk to them, empathize with them, gain their sympathy, gain their trust in a sense, I know for the goal of getting more information, so they can lock either them away, or it opens doors for other criminals that may be involved. It's highly, highly respectable. Like I said, I don't have any trouble treating everyone like the same way. Like, if I don't know you, like, I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be like treating you just like everyone else, respectfully. You're a human being, I'm a human being. I make mistakes, you make mistakes. We're all like the same, basically, If I know other people that have cheated in the past on their partners and whatnot, cool. I don't treat them differently. If they regret it, then it shows growth. If they have done better now, if they have put some work into themselves and doing better now, knowing it wasn't the right thing to do, I respect that, But I think it's really hard to respect someone who has committed very horrible crimes, for me at least, from my point of view, from me as a persona that I am, I think to me it's just very, very difficult. I may be able to still treat you with respect, to greet you and treat you just like everyone else, but I won't be able to empathize with you. And maybe that's my mistake. Maybe that's something that I can learn. To understand that we're all humans and we all have different personality disorders, maybe even, because a lot of those criminals do have personality disorders such as being a sociopath, narcissism, just personality-wise. So yeah, a lot of the times we all humans, we all make mistakes, and it's just to an extent of the mistakes that we make morally, where we then get to a point, okay, I know what this person has done. How can I empathize with them? And why would I even want that? So I do think the reason they can, like those Secret Service agents and FBI agents and whatnot, the reason I think they can is, well, first of all, they're trained probably. They're trained very well for that, but still be able to push yourself to the side, to push your own uncomfortable feelings that you have for that person, for that criminal in that case, to the side in order for a greater purpose is very amazing to me. It's amazing to me. Because I gotta be honest with you, I probably couldn't do it. It's something in me that it just doesn't sit right. And I don't even want to be trained for that, to be able to empathize, to be able to gain their trust, to be able to understand and listen to those stories of the crimes that they have committed. So that's why I really I think a lot of the times we don't understand that all those people that we don't know, that are not famous in any way, such as Secret Service agents, FBI, CIA, whatnot, that have to do with people that commit heinous crimes, terrorists that committed or commit or want to commit heinous crime, to deal with those people. Yeah, it's their job. They chose this job. I get it, but to deal with those people, to be able to do that, even if trained, to have this self-control, I respect that. Highly, highly, highly. And maybe that's something I can learn. Maybe that's something I can learn to just in the world generally. I just wouldn't know what greater purpose it would serve if I try to empathize with people that hurt other people intentionally, or terrorists or whatnot, Like for me as a regular person, what greater purpose would that serve if I actually put my sympathy to the side, or my feelings to the side, and just try to empathize with the criminal that has committed crazy crimes. So yeah, I do think I respect those people that work behind closed curtains and behind the curtains, either may it be for Secret Service, FBI, whatnot, whatever department and whatever agency and whatever, even psychologists, especially them too, psychologists, therapists and whatnot. probably lawyers too, you know, probably a lot of other people I can't even think about right now, that doesn't come to mind, or that don't come to mind. It's crazy. They have I feel like we don't know about all of them, but we should, you know, they should be famous, because they probably do a lot of good deed in this world by you know, going against criminals, and going against preventing more hurt to happen in this world, preventing probably a lot of pain that would have happened if they wouldn't have done the job. So yeah, I just felt like talking about this today. It kind of occurred to me, and I just felt like sharing that, because I am a true criminal fan. I like criminal I like watching criminal stuff. I like watching Law and Order and true crime documentaries and stuff like that. Is really my thing. Big fan of Law and Order. It's very interesting to me, and I'm not sure why. Probably for that reason. Probably, or maybe that's one of the reasons, because I highly respect the people that have to deal with those criminals under the law, criminals, and that they're able to have this sort of self-control that I couldn't have in that situation, trying to gain their trust, empathizing, gaining their sympathy. Yeah, highly respectable. So shout out to everyone doing good in this world, doing a good deed. I don't think we talk about them enough. I really don't think we talk about them enough. Like, you don't ever hear nobody talk about this though. Like, why don't nobody talk about the people that actually prevent crime from happening in this world, and worse things happening in this world, terrorist attacks from happening in this world? Why don't we talk about those people? Like, what? They should be famous. They probably can't be famous, because they probably have to keep a low profile. But yeah, man, shout out to them. Thank you for protecting us.